Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. In today's episode, it is 5:30 p.m. Uh, that's it. That's all. How you doing? How's it going? Good to see you. First and foremost, I have considered it and I have decided I will probably not be posting Monster Train tomorrow. You'll have the tier list video if you want some Monster Train related content. I'm going to let that video be its own thing and not like put out too much on in one day. So, you know, it's sort of weird to me because I'm going to be going one day without doing Monster Train and I haven't missed a day in a long time, but at the same time, I don't really consider it missing a day since I'm putting a 6-hour Monster Train video up instead. So, Monster Train doesn't have to be just the series of Monster Train where I play the video game. And if you're not interested in the tier list, that's alright. I will be back on Saturday. I've been thinking I might want to go through and do... It's not here. I've been thinking I might want to go through and do the expert challenges. So, maybe like one day out of the week I'll do an expert challenge or something. I'm not sure, personally. But, I got like 10 or 15 of them done. The problem is that the ones that are left are just like annoying. And some of these are fun, right? Like Truer Champion is fun. But some of these are like Blighted Existence. This isn't a challenge that you play because it's fun and interesting. This is a challenge where you play and reset until you get the good start and then go, oh yeah, baby. It's over. And like, I guess it's fine to have them, but I think that they're mostly just annoying. And that kind of is how I approach games like this, where it's like, wow, this challenge is something that the developers made to be really awful, and you have to have everything go right to win it. And I just don't do those. I used to be someone who did all the challenges. In Isaac, I used to do every challenge, no matter how painful it was. And then they released Ultra Hard, and I went, you know what? This isn't worth it. Edmund, you got me. This isn't worth it to me. And then I just kind of quit playing Isaac. He got me, though. He did get me. Another day of Umbra. Also, double reform start. What do I want to ask you today? This is... Oh, I want to ask you about natural disasters. Yeah, fun topic. It's not particularly exciting, but it's storming here, and it's looking to be a pretty bad storm. And I live in a place that is mostly insulated from the really bad weather. So I'm interested to hear if you have gone through any particularly bad weather. Any tornadoes, any hurricanes, any earthquakes, any tsunamis, maybe? Does those happen? I feel like they don't happen. Or like if they do happen, they don't happen that often. Like I'm sure tsunamis have happened over the course of history, but like, has there been a tsunami lately? I feel like the tsunamis that I'm thinking of, if that tsunami were to happen, it would wipe out a city, right? Like a massive wave crashes in and annihilates everything. Do those happen? Maybe. Let me know. Maybe you're gonna be like, yeah, they happen, and one destroyed my town, and I'm gonna go, wow, that's weird. Why don't I know that? Anyway, you tell me about that, and I'll tell you about Monster Train. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Exile Melting, Exile Umbra, Double Barrel, Daedalus, Shadow Arcus, Diligence, Seraph, Molded, Immortal Trait, Wicked Blaze. It's a fade day. It's a little fade day. Combustible wax, cool. I do think it's good. With combustible wax, we're gonna play Firelight, unsurprisingly, I'm sure. Yeah, here there's been a few tornado warnings. I heard the tornado siren going off earlier as like a test. They do those like, I better not. They do those at the end of every month. They do a tornado siren test, but fuck you, Blink. It's a bad day. Also drew 3 primitive molds on turn 1. I think it's best to just play it safe. I have extra reforms, but I'm just gonna put Fade top 4, because what if I miss a reform, right? Yeah, I think one time there was a small earthquake here, and they like shook the foundation a little bit, but it wasn't enough to be particularly noticeable. It was enough for me to go, hey, What the hell was that? Oh, by the way, should not be playing these morsels. Oops. No, that shouldn't be too bad. Just leave the morsels out. Yeah, we got Wicked Blaze. Oh, Fade didn't even die. Let's bring the morsel back. Should have brought it back with the Wicked Blaze. That would have been better. A little awkward, but probably not too terrible here. I hope. What if I played like a weird little intermediate play here? Where you go like 13, I think that this is probably worthwhile. Yeah, it's worth like 58 damage to play Fade on the middle floor. Maybe I don't draw a molded and I take a bunch, but you know, like half the deck is reform cards, so the odds are pretty heavily weighted in my favor, I imagine. Yo, storming something fierce out there. Oh my, do you hear it? I think you can probably hear it. I'm just looking, my power might go out, which happens often during these. And if that happens, well, obviously you're not going to be hearing this episode. I will do a re-recording. Oh, real quick, I'm going to pause for a second. I need to take a look at some OBS settings. Give me a minute. I'm going to soldier on. There's a setting that I should change so that if my power goes out, the recording doesn't corrupt. But for some reason, I edited it. It was for the file formatting for something. Anyway, I'm gonna pick Draft out of this first pack. And Space Prism is fine in a Fade run. Yeah, it should be fine. It's like maybe you take Perils there, but I don't think so. And we picked up a Draft, any sort of... And basically whatever you want to show me out of this Remnant Banner. Bounty Stalker. Oh my god. I had to take a water break at this revelation. Yeah, that's good. It's interesting as well. Bounty Stalker. It's rather interesting. Because if you do Draft in the Bounty Stalker, it's not as good because of Combustible Wax, but I think it is still good. It's just a little bit odd. I guess I should mention explicitly because I didn't. If you hear any loud explosions in the background, that is probably thunder. My microphone picks up a lot of ambient noise. I've been thinking about getting a new one, just so you're aware about the thunder sounds. The Bounty Stalker is interesting though because, hypothetically speaking, if I put him behind Little Fade, he will not die. So I think I'm basically going to spend the entirety of the next two combats pushing my luck. For fun, pretty much. My man got 5 health. Plus 4 is pretty helpful. So, here's the play. I'm going to do everything in my power to get this Bounty Stalker killed like 3 times in this fight. And I am going to place Fade on top floor. Away from Bounty Stalker. You know, Plink, you did hit a single target twice, and that is close to what I wanted out of you. Should I play this fight out like this? No, absolutely not. Without a doubt, no. Definitively no. I'm going to take a lot of damage that is completely avoidable. For absolutely no reason. So why am I doing it? Well, mostly because I like it. And I want to. No, I shouldn't do this. No, I should... Well, it's too late now. I've already taken the damage. But like, this Bounty Stalker without the 1 burnout is looking rather bad. If I die here, we're just gonna play it the boring way. I think I do die here, and we do have to play it the boring way. Unless... You win this? Okay. I mean, we're gonna play this the boring way. Look, I tried it. I tried to have fun. We will no longer have fun. Fun is now canceled. It's off the menu. I don't know what I was thinking. Let's just do this the boring way. The boring way is to play Bounty Stalker behind Little Fade. And scale him up like a regular unit with multi-strike. Like so. I'm still going to take a pretty big chunk of damage here, actually, but you know. I took the trial thinking it would let me, let me do something cool. But it does not appear to be. It sounds like the rain has stopped, so maybe no thunder sounds for you, maybe no power outages for you. Both of these would be great news. I am still taking a ton of damage. Yeah. It's because I took the trial. I took the trial thinking it would help me kill my Bounty Stalker, but then realized that I can't do that. So, you know. Oh, hey. This could actually be death. Anyway. Got a little too excited. No, we're alright. I just got a little too excited. That's all. Bounty Stalker, draft, exile melting, what can I say? I got lost in the sauce. Purifying Cleanse is good. I like the healing. Another Space Prism? What's that, like number 2? Yeah. Another Bounty Stalker? What? What? What's that doing here? Get out of here, Bounty Stalker number 2. Get out of here. We're gonna go look at the left path here. Give me some health back, please. Multi-strike for Bounty Stalker. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think he really only needs... I mean, I guess I could give him like plus 25 or something. Check the Divine Horde. Cheater's Hand is pretty great. Lost Luggage is also good, but I like Cheater's Hand is very good here. Check the artifact, or sorry, the event. Monster Rail Spike is good because one of these train stewards has to hang out for the fight. Like, there's got to be room for him. By the way, my first play of that last combat, my big mistake was playing both train stewards on top 4. I should have played only one. I wouldn't hate giving Bounty Stalker more HP, but Battlestone doesn't feel right. Let's just keep it moving here. This is a run that is worse because of Little Fade, because she's too much value. Now, is it actually worse because of Little Fade? No, of course not. It's much better because of Little Fade, but, you know. If we didn't have Little Fade here, I'd get to do cool things, like get a really big Bounty Stalker, but it's permanent instead of temporary. Cool. Whatever. I killed one of those morsels. I did it. I should be putting away reform cards on pretty much every turn. Morsel is a 2013? What the hell? Oh my god. I mean, I do kind of want Bounty Stalker to die here. I could slowly move up, but it probably makes more... Blink. Probably makes more sense to do something like this. It's probably best to take the very reasonable middle ground approach here. And I will kill this Bounty Stalker later. The problem is he's never gonna die in a way that feels clean. I think I'll probably let him die on the haste turn, which is this turn. I will probably let him die here. Yeah, this is ideal. Because what I can do is I can bring back Fade, player to kill the 210 and have her die to the bomb. Yeah, and then I should be able to bring back both of them on this turn. She doesn't kill the 210, she's not quick. What the hell am I saying? Let's put away Big Stew. And we're going to play Bounty Stalker. Plank. Don't want to put the morsel in the reform pool. No, I do not. Now, this bounty stalker will not die, so we may as well play around that fact. Just heal him back up, play a little fade. He's not gonna die. The unit does not die. He is just a vessel for multi-strike at this point. It's sad. It's not what I wanted for my man, but it is the case. This train steward should be in front of the bounty stalker. I don't think I'll lose off of that. Yeah, but like I should have. I should have been more cautious. I'm just busy being sad. Combustible wax ruins everything. Take intent on death here. It's fine. I was really expecting this to be a third bounty stalker. Like, realistically here, if I could, I would move everything from bounty stalker over to Lady of the House because she's just better at the job, but I cannot, so we will move on. Probably gonna take draw here. Yeah. I'm gonna go duplicate my bounty stalker as well. Not very surprising, I'm sure, but you know, I know where I'm going. I know my place in this run. I do need to pick up a survival plan at some point, something to keep these bounty stalkers alive. One of the options could actually just be endless, and then when one of them dies, you just bring it back. Could work. 2 bounty stalkers. So I guess what we want to do here is we want to stagger them, more or less. So I'm going to have like primitive mold away, and have a bounty stalker down here, and then I'm gonna have a little fade and a bounty stalker. Let's do it mid floor. That way I don't take a bunch of curse damage or murdering, more accurately. Space Prism mid floor, yeah. And the one that's here, actually I'd rather just get the money, right? Intent on Death Collector. Give me an extra little bit of money. And so, mid-floor bounty stalker is going to be our anchor. He's going to be the one that says, yeah, no matter how wrong things go, we're not going to die. And bottom floor bounty stalker is going to be our long-term scaler. Now, it is a little scary, and my mid-floor bounty stalker does appear to be dying on this turn. I will try to do something about that here. I mean, the worst case is, and this is the worst case is we just move, right? We move up. Well, actually, the worst case is like the other option here would be to play a train steward. The train steward buffers the hit, takes it for us, lives as well, which is maybe bad. I think that I'm going to prefer ending my turn here. I think it's better. Yeah, and then we just go 1, 2, 3. And so we need... Realistically here, I should probably just move my entire plan to top floor now. Fade, stalker, stalker. And we just live up here. But you can see as damage goes up, our damage taken goes up, and these bounty stalkers begin to die. However, in this case, it's good. I do want this bounty stalker to die without having Fade intervene. So she'll go behind. That way we get him back next turn with a little more attack even. Could even put him middle floor. It's really nice that we started double reforms on this one, because having these extra reforms has been pivotal, I would say. And finally, victory. It's a pretty cool one. It's interesting because I have to balance how greedy I want to play. And I can't just maximize my greed, sadly. could take Sacred Wicks. I don't need it, but you could. Probable Crucible Extension Void Binding. These cards aren't very good. Gonna go hit the Steel Shot. Looking for like, yeah, Damage Shield 3 sort of gameplay. Wing Clippings is pretty interesting actually because of Intent on Death. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna say no, but Intent on Death, hell yeah. But maybe Intrinsic Intent on Death? This seems bad. What are these guys at? 50 and 42 respectively? One of them can have a quick. We'll give it to the one with more attack. Maybe Damage Shield 3 makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. It makes it harder for him to die, which is both good and bad. I guess let's think about this run in terms of how do I win it. Well, I win it by having these Bounty Stalkers live long enough to kill the Divinity. I'm not gonna win or lose based on how much I hyperscale them. Just take the Damage Shield 3. It's fine. It's about as good as 25 HP. And I'm just gonna go through and buy 4 removals here. I took Wing Clipping, so I'm even less worried about Diligent Seraph than I was before. Money, money, temple. Alright. Gotta take 25 at the temple coming up. But that's okay with me. I want to be very rich, so I will take the trial. Now, the problem is the boss. It's Crystal Cloak. Crystal Cloak is a problem. How will I reckon with this problem? Well, I think it's the same thing I just did before, where we play this 2-phase plan. We play a mid-floor pair, and we play a bottom-floor solo man. He's got quick as well. I think that it is fine to accept the 14 damage. Maybe I draw a Plink and I don't take any, or rather only 6. Alright, young Plinkus. Plink? Plink? Don't do it to me. Thank you, Plink. You're spared my ire for today, Plink. My contempt has lessened slightly, Plink. I guess I could have grabbed the collector up there, but it's alright. I already took... I mean, yeah, I don't think it's worth it. And we're here to do everything in our power to not die randomly to the boss. No Crystal Cloak death today. Tomorrow, maybe. Today, no way, buddy. Killing that enemy was actually very bad. He just kills that guy. That infused overcharge tank just passes away. How about that? To figure out how I stop this marksman from hitting me. I mean, I guess I just play Fade top 4, but that doesn't feel good. I should have killed a morsel, and I could reform it. Oh well. This one's tough. I don't want to take 25 damage, but I really don't want to leave one of my units alive on top floor. I guess I have to put this draft up here, though. There's this Bounty Stalker draft up here. And we can put Fade down on bottom floor to buy us a round or two. This one is kind of hard to work out, though, I fear. Maybe with a Mortal Trade. Well, no, we can't lifesteal out of this, though. It's tough. Crystal Cloak maybe robs us, which would be a real shame. Alright, Plink. I'll allow it. Well, that morsel should go behind. Yeah. Oh. If that morsel goes behind, I think it kills the 10 too. That's okay, that's okay. think we do some shenanigans here to get away. Ah, well, but we do get away. This lifesteal should buy me more time, I believe, right? Because it's 1410, lifesteal hits, and we get 2 more rounds. I do not want Plink to kill this marksman. That would be very bad. Yeah. I would have lost a few rounds of the stealth taking away. And now we should be okay. And play an immortal trait or something to really extend it. But the guy that's coming, the bounty stalker that comes back to life here is the one with damage shield. How confident am I? Am I confident enough to let this guy die? Honestly? Yeah. I am. And I was right, too. Without the 3 damage shield, I don't think I would be as confident, but yeah. Acceptable. 6 damage for the trial is cool. I don't want any of these. Resin removal maybe, but like, for what? Dude, ever since I've been playing a lot of Umbra these days, these uncommons really are terrible. When would I pick these? It's weird because like you like Preserve Thorns, but you hate Ember Cash. Card's so bad outside of a few niche circumstances. Great if you need consumes. I'm gonna see a magic shop. I want to make Intent on Death better. Yeah, I'm willing to just give a remove consume. I know I have the 50-50, but like, what else am I gonna do to it? The answer is nothing. I could maybe permafrost it, but I doubt. Cavern says, purge a card, gain a card. I am going to get rid of every Plink in this deck eventually. We're going to take a melting card. Wickless recruitment, worthless. The only card I want from that is Intent on Death. Even Trample Stone isn't very good here because these guys are living and dying a lot. One more Plink gets out of here. I could plus 20 consume the Plinks, but Wing Clippings makes that less good. Or maybe it's fine. It's 25 gold and we're very rich. I'm saving up to just start cleaning out trinket shops. We're gonna hit those up pretty heftily. Shadow Arc is bottom floor. I like this 2-floor setup we're doing, where we let one of them chill bottom floor and one of them goes to the mid floor with Fade to be our scaler. However, bottom floor boy is going to do a lot of shutting out of the enemies. It's interesting because this is the run that's like, yeah, I would be better off if I had played. I wanna come back here. I'd be better off if I had played without combustible wax, but a lot of runs would be better with, or are better here with combustible wax. So it's hard to say. Whoops. Letting these guys not kill the bounty stalker is pretty bad. Quick is generating too much value. That one's good because it stops the murder, yeah, the curse. But like, it took a long time for them to get to mid floor. Took a long time for them to put pressure on me. That's alright. I like this run because it's pretty flexible in where it plays as well. You can do a little bit of thinking about where you want to be. We're gonna keep Intent on Deathing the one that's never gonna die. The damage shield boy. He needs that damage shield for the end game for sure. It's gonna be really important, but right now, it's a bit of a hindrance. Not really a hindrance, just a nuisance. He's not gonna die there. But we want to duplicate the Intent on Death, right? You're very dead. You here have a Purifying Cleanse, I guess. We may as well Plink Arcus too while we're at it. Yeah, it's gonna look bad, and then you bring back the Young Lord. And it doesn't look bad anymore. I think I could have put this guy up front. He would have done the damage and then died. I wasn't about to take the risk though, you know? Crowd spike. Yo, we could have played Gorge. Missed my Gorge plan. I have space prisms, so I don't need space. All my cards are 1 or 0 cost, so I don't really need energy. I'll take another draw. Helps with the curses, I guess, coming up, but I'm just gonna get Sinner's Salve here. You watch. Firestone housing. That's pretty good. These aren't Sinner's Salve. The game has turned me into a liar. I don't know why you would do that to me, monstertrain. Why would you make me a liar like that? Yeah, I don't really want any of these. You could make a case for jack strips, but it feels a lot harder to pick this relic when they're making me pay $255 for it. I guess alright, but is it that good? No, I think we're okay. It is very nice for the damage shield enemies, though. God, we're taking so many curse combats. 3 curse combats in a row? How disgusting. Not gonna take the trial because we're just gonna charge headlong into the breach here. I'm going to just play entirely bottom floor. Here, I'm just gonna slap it all down. And these guys should die. Or should kill, I mean to say. The enemies should die. Now, that collector is rather tempting. I think I just ignore it though. I could intent on death it, but I'm gonna put my intent on deaths into the one with quick. If the quick bounty stalker is strong, then waves are going to get disintegrated. Another piece of how I kind of want to play this, especially with the Firestone housing and the upcoming wave setup, like you can see, we're rather strong. I think the best thing to do is to try and get, not even try, but is to get a 3rd bounty stalker. I don't have to try for it, I just grab them. It's hard to keep preserving, I think. Is it preserve again? Yeah, this consume blink won't leave me. It's a real shame. Alright. Get out of here. Yeah, so I'm gonna set up like a 2-floor setup. Oh, Engulf and Smoke, sick. That card's basically exactly the one that I've been looking for, because there's a little bit of uncertainty in our survival. Engulf and Smoke handles that though, even at a 2 cost. So I need to take 10 from the temple. I can take more if there's a value stone. Blink. You are dirt. I can get rid of one of the immortal trades. I don't see myself playing it that much. Archstone 510. So we're gonna put 510. Endless. We can do plus 25 on one, and we can do 5/5 burnout 1 on the other. It's fine. What do you got for me here? Trader's Quill? Not bad. No Sinner's Salve. Okay. Just take the big bounty stalker here. Duplicate that. Grab whatever my pack shards are. It's value stone. That'll be fine. They probably won't die from damage because it fades a little bit of health. The bounty stalker shouldn't die from hits, but we'll see. Honestly, yeah, I hear Blink. I have exactly enough to also get rid of the last immortal trade, or Purifying Cleanse is better, I think. Either one, really. 105 out of 100, let's hit the road. Let's get it. Am I worried about running out of spells on Seraph here? Nah. This is really all I'm worried about, which is drawing no bounty stalkers and dying. And a little bit of calculating. Okay, I want to play like... I'm gonna play like this. And then I will place one of my bounty stalkers top floor. Probably one of these guys goes top floor. And I will hide a primitive mold. So like this one can go up here, and he will act as a guardian for anything that sneaks by. Space Prism down here. I should actually put Space Prism on the top floor, I think. Maybe I should have left Little Fade dead. That way I get the intent on death. Yeah, I don't think it matters too much. It's a shame that Seraph is stealth. I'd like to kill him faster. I should basically, even though this deck is all reforms, I should still aim to put a reform on the top of my deck every chance I get. Just to be sure, you know? Even though it's like half of the deck, you want to be 100% certain when you can be. And I can be 100% certain that I have a reform next turn to bring back Fade, so I may as well be, so... Please stop putting enemies on top floor, Seraph, I hate you. Keep wanting to put away things like Immortal Trade, but I know I don't need to. If I lose a reform here to the Consume, yeah, which I did, I'll probably live. I should have lost a primitive mold. It doesn't make a difference. It does not matter. Our boy on top floor does pass away. But if I stealth here, Fade still dies. That's cool. Get a little extra stealth out. I am running out of reforms. Just a little bit. So maybe my confidence was misplaced, but it's also just a byproduct of having, was it 5 curses? 5 blights in this deck? Now, my expectation here is that I do not win. I am correct. That's good. I do not want to win here. I prefer this. Because obviously I could just stealth and take the dub, but I would much rather these guys all die. That's 8 more attack. 16 more attack when you count this intent on death. I'm going to play. Put it on the one on top floor. My man's been stuck up there all game. He deserves it. Now, ideally on this fight against the Divinity, I'm going to have 2 bounty stalkers on top floor with Little Fade, and I'm going to have 1 bounty stalker on the middle floor, softening the enemies up. It is the damage shield. Alas. Should be fine. So we want to have a quick one on the bottom floor because he's going to die, but he will get to take his shot before he dies. So we will put Little Fade and a regular bounty stalker. Honestly, you probably want to put the quick one up here as well, just so that he gets the Little Fade benefit. The downside of this is that I might actually take some damage from these enemies here. You know what I could just do? It's a little bit risky. Here, let me take a little look, right? Because we have the double Space Prism draw. I could put all 3 bounty stalkers on top floor with Little Fade now. The problem is that it does not stagger my damage output at all, right? And why does that matter? Well, it matters because there's going to come a time where these guys are all going to die at once. However, I have stealth coming up next turn, so I'm going to go ahead and play everything top floor and just win very fast. That's the plan. Only adds 60 damage to the Divinity's damage taken. Oh, yeah, because 2 of them are quick and they go before Fade dies, of course. That checks out. Without Engulf and Smoke here, I would play this turn differently. Although it wouldn't have even mattered, so we would still kill everything. In this fight, there is no longer a reason to Intent on Death of the Bounty Stalkers, and we will now enter Intent on Death Little Fade era. Because her Little Fade Intent on Death Extinguish effect is better for the remainder of the run. Better to get that benefit. And assuming I'm correct here, we should draw our next Engulfed in Smoke in time with the first one running out, because the deck draws 8 cards at a time, and is post-playing of all of our cards. This deck is... I get rid of that. 3, 6... It is 13, and I draw 8 per turn. Technically 7 per turn, but either way you want to count it, right? Now this is a deck that has very few answers to problems that would be thrown at it. Like, that Damage Shield Wave is threatening because I have no answer to it. Which is interesting to see and think about a little bit. But it's also the sort of run that doesn't need an answer because the Divinity just died with 4 turns remaining in the fight. So, like, you know, it's whatever. You take your dubs. That one's not too shabby. The hardest part of that run is not trying to greed for deaths on the Bounty Stalker. The hardest part of that run is just playing it like a normal run and imagining Bounty Stalker doesn't have the text on him. But I wanted to make big Bounty Stalker. Oh well. Thanks for watching. Again, I will reiterate, there will be no monster train like this tomorrow. However, there is a tier list video. Cranberry and I sat down and spent 6 hours, technically 5 hours and 45 minutes, talking about every card in Monster Train. So if that sounds fun to you, watch that. I'm pretty excited about that. And yeah, I will see you, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.